Hello there everybody and welcome to Dawlish Warren. Now people think about Dawlish Warren and usually you think about big caravan sites, kiss me quick hats, ice creams, those donuts that always smell a lot better than they taste when you buy them, and things like that, the typical English seaside experience. But there is actually a lot more to Dawlish Warren than you realise, and we're going to have a little bit of a walk around Dawlish Warren in winter, see what it's like out of season. And you are invited, but then you knew that, didn't you? Look at this, a bush full of magpies. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 magpies. What's that then? I know 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy, 3 for a girl, 4 for a boy, 5 for silver, 6 for gold, 7 for a secret never to be told. And then I go into the Magpie Children's TV theme tune, so I don't know what comes after that. What's 10 magpies signify then? What do you reckon? Anyway, we're starting off on the inland bit of Dawlish Warren. Now, Dawlish Warren was created 7,000 years ago, after the last ice age, and it's basically a big spit that sticks out into the mouth of the River Exe estuary. It goes all the way along nearly to Exmouth. Thank you, happy train over there. Nearly to Exmouth, and it got its name from the Great Western Railway, who built the first railway station here and called it Warren Halt, and then eventually it became Dawlish Warren. So we're going to have a wander along. It's actually lovely behind the beach. The beach is over to our right, we'll see that later, but first of all we're going to go wander along through the nice walky bit and show you what there is on offer around this bit. We're only about 200 yards behind the beach, and yet listen to how peaceful it is. Mr. Robin is singing away. There's a little nature reserve here as well. Let's go and have a look. Don't think I've ever been up this path before, strangely. And you can go on little country walks through here. Oh, it's very nice, isn't it? But I don't think we're going to go along there today. We're going to get back onto the main track. But I'll investigate this another time. There's lots of little paths that lead under bushes and to unknown places. I love little places like that. It's very inviting. I don't know if you can pick it up on the GoPro, but we've got Mr. Robin sitting on the post here. Hello, Mr. Robin. Hello, are you going to fly off? Yeah. I thought you might want to say hello to everybody. I think somebody's cutting some grass strangely up here. Let's go and see what he's doing then. Back on the main track, and we're coming up to the little visitor centre. There are a couple of bird hides around as well, and there's quite a vibrant selection of bird life here, as there is up and down the whole of the Exe estuary. And the visitor centre isn't open today. Thought it might be actually, as we're between Christmas and New Year, but no, it's all shuttered up. But I suppose they want their time off as much as anybody else, don't they? So a little map on the sign here, you can see the shape of Dawlish Warren, and at the moment we're just past the visitor centre just here, and the idea is we're going to walk as far as we can up here. I think you can only walk a certain way because I think the path's blocked, and then we're going to drop down onto the beach and then walk all the way around the beach over to the other side here. And when you get here, you're literally a stone's throw from Exmouth, as you'll see. It's really strange. You can just see on the ground here there's some hoof marks, or horse feet, whatever you call them.
Horseshoes.
Horseshoes, yes. Anyway, tell us what they're all about.
Well, apparently in the winter they bring the ponies down from Dartmoor and they become the eco mowers down here. So the eco mower and the electric mowers going quite well today.
Yeah, they do. They gather up some of the Dartmoor ponies and bring them down here to graze.
You're being watched by Mr. Robin again.
Am I?
I think he's walking with us.
Ah, good. Can't see any Dartmoor ponies at the moment, but we'll keep an eye out. Another one of those intriguing little paths. There's a little pool here, a little wetland area. Ah, some quacks. Swan over the other side as well. Hello, duck. Hey up, duck. Nice little wetland area. The birds love it, of course. Hello, you two. Did you have a nice Christmas? Quacking. Haven't got any bread for you, I'm sorry.
You've been having too many quacker jokes.
Oh
haven't you?
no. And there's the swan over there in the distance as well. Dawlish is famous for its black swans, but that's a white one. Oh, he's just getting out. Hello, you. Wait, wait. Well, it was blue sky about an hour ago, but of course, as always happens with us, as soon as we come out, the clouds gather. But it's still lovely today, and it's not raining at least. You can see what a lovely area this is, and hardly anybody around. Most people just come to Dawlish Warren to go to the beach and to go to the shops, which we'll show you later. But this is actually lovely around here. And you can probably see in the distance, that is Exmouth on the other side of the river. We'll get very close to that a little bit later on. But in the meantime, we're going to carry on walking down here. Now, Dawlish Warren actually used to have a little village here in times gone by. There's nothing left of it now. And why was there a village all the way out here? Well, they used to breed rabbits and sell them for commercial use. That's how the Warren got its name. And then, of course, it was called Warren Holt on the railway station by the GWR as well. Another very mild day for late December. I think it's going to go a lot cooler at the end of the week. But as I said in one of the previous videos, I quite like winter days like this when it's dry. You just stick a jumper on. Although we don't need much on today, it's still very mild. And it's lovely just to get out and get the fresh air, isn't it?
It's gorgeous. There's a bird of prey on a post over there. You won't be able to pick it up. But
No, I won't be able to pick it up. So
he's mousing.
believe me, he's there. Right, we carry on walking towards the end. A lady just shouted at us, "If you're filming, don't get me in it." What? Why?
We weren't.
What's she hiding? And here they are. Here's the lads. You know, we mentioned about the Dartmoor ponies that are brought down to Dawlish Warren to graze in the winter. Here's some of them. Hello guys. Are you enjoying your little winter holiday at Dawlish Warren?
Apparently, when the ponies graze here, it encourages the wildflowers to come back.
Right.
So rather than cut it sort of industrially, they sort of pick and choose and leave little bits, and it encourages the rare flowers to come back.
Lovely. Very nice. So we're going to carry on walking. I don't think we can go much further on this route. We can go a little way and then we're going to drop down to the beach and walk round to the end. You can see Exmouth in the distance getting ever closer as well. Hello mate. Tucking in. You enjoying your little holiday here? Lovely. Hello. Okay, I'll leave you to it. Hello matey. Are you alright? Aren't you gorgeous? Right, we're going to carry on up here, I think. See how far we can get. You used to be able to walk all the way across to the other side, around the side of the golf course, which is just to our left here. But there was, a few years ago, a landslip somewhere, and now they've closed the path off. But we'll see how far we can get. Here's the golf course, quite busy today. And behind it, the River Exe. Over to the left-hand side there, you've got Starcross, and then in the far distance, you're looking up towards Lympstone and on towards Topsham. And then just to the right, the colourful buildings around Exmouth Marina. Love these little sandy paths like this. And we'll get our first view of the beach. Hopefully low tide. Yeah, very low. That'll be nice. And here we are, the wide expanse of Dawlish Warren Beach. Look at that, isn't it beautiful? Quite dramatic in this light as well. The tide's well out. So we're going to walk off to our left, right round to the end. What a beautiful place it is, you see. It's not all about caravans, kiss me quick hats and an ice cream. No doggies beyond this point because we're entering the nature reserve area, and yeah, you can't get to the beach this way, so we're gonna have to just double back on ourselves and drop down to the beach. But worth coming up here just for the lovely view down over the golf course and across the River Exe there. Just in the distance, centre, you probably can't see it unless you're watching on 4K on a big TV, but there is a shipwreck which has been there for many, many years, and at low tide it just looks so mysterious and so gloomy. Apparently it got into trouble while travelling up and down the coast here, and they managed to tow it into the estuary and beach it on the mud banks there, and it's been there ever since. If you travel past here on the railway, you can see it, usually at low tide. Quite dramatic. And one of the ponies has found somewhere nice to have a drinky. What a lovely scene that is. Anyway, we're going to head up this path. I think we can maybe get to a point where we can drop down onto the beach. So let's go and have a look, shall we? Here's the lads again. All right, boys. Anyway, we are going to go down to the beach now. And this is the path. Signs saying not to feed the ponies, which is good advice because they just need to eat the grass and nothing that could damage them. So we're going to climb up here and then we should be able to drop down onto Dawlish Warren Beach. Love these sandy paths. And here we are. Not busy. In fact, even in the summer, most of the people who come here from the caravan sites and whatever stay right close to that right hand side, and you just have to walk along here and not many people around at all. So we're going to walk down to the sea edge and then along round to the very end of Dawlish Warren and have a look at Exmouth. Wintry skies over Dawlish. In the distance there you've got the coast round to Teignmouth, and then Berry Head in the distance, the other side of Brixham. A few ships just sitting at anchor in the deep water, probably waiting for a pilot. A couple of big vehicle carriers and a coaster there. And the tide is way down at the moment. So let's walk along here. That's what's that point called? Is that a straight point in front of us? Straight point, which is between Exeter and Budleigh Salterton. And then you can see, sorry, Exmouth and Budleigh Salterton. And here comes Exmouth in front of us. We're going to walk along, so we're almost in Exmouth. The famous groin number 9. Why is it famous? Everybody who visits Dawlish Warren on a regular basis knows why. Because if you've got a dog, this is as far as they're allowed. After this, we're into an area that's protected because of the birds nesting and wildlife, which isn't a bad thing really. But look at this, massive beach, hardly anybody here. Wintry skies over Dawlish Warren. But peaceful, just listen to the sound of the waves, lovely. People sometimes say to us, why did you move to Devon? Well, I think you can see why. Beautiful. Now there is an RNLI lifeboat station across at Exmouth there, and just as well, because one of the main reasons that they're called out, if you can just see here, there's a sandbar about 100 yards offshore, which you can paddle out to at the moment. The sea's probably only a foot or 18 inches deep between here and there, but as soon as the tide changes, all of a sudden that 18 inches turns into a yard, 6 feet, 9 feet, and all of a sudden you cut off and people are stranded, and then the old lifeboat guys have to come out. Happens a lot. You've got to be so careful. Look at the birds, amazing how they fly in formation, isn't it? Beautiful. So at this point we start to leave the sea behind and we're starting to angle left a little bit, and this is the mouth of the River Exe, which continues inland all the way through Exeter and then right up onto Exmoor, and I think it actually finishes in, or starts in, Somerset. Beautiful river. And in a moment we'll show you the Pride of Exmouth, one of the Stuart Line cruise boats, and this time of year their main trips are bird watching trips up and down the River Exe, which is full of bird life that comes in for its winter nesting at this time of year, and they normally have somebody who's a bird expert on board. Fabulous camera equipment as well. It's very interesting. We've done a couple and always very, very interesting, very highly recommended. Let's look at this expanse of beach. And it's nearly always like this, to be honest, even in the summer, because as I mentioned earlier, most people stay at the far end, just going to the first bit of beach you come to after the shopping area. Just a few people walking their dogs today. Sound of a distant train going through. Just complete peace. So Nina's been collecting a few shells, haven't you? What do you got?
This is an absolute dream for shells. That's a little stack of shells. You can see there, all the little bits underneath. We've got oyster shells, never find the pearl. Razor shells.
Yeah, you don't want to be treading on those in your bare feet.
And I just love the inside of the mussel shells. Aren't they gorgeous?
Beautiful.
Quite plain on the outside, beautiful on the inside. We get those. I don't know what they're called actually. I don't know if anyone can tell us. Lots of those. A baby scallop shell. I can't find any big ones today. There's usually really big ones, like the size of your hand. And then loads and loads of these, and they're great in the garden.
Lovely.
Keep the slugs off.
Yeah.
So I'll put those all back, but just wanted to show you. Loads more, but can't find them today. It's just how the weather brings them in.
Yep, they appear and then they disappear.
Yeah, and they go again.
Lovely, thank you very much indeed. Right, we're continuing on towards the point here. We're nearly at the point, and we'll just show you how close you get to Exmouth. And yeah, if you wanted to drive from here to Exmouth, it is about 25 miles or more. You have to go on the M5, it's around the edge of Exeter. So why have they never put a bridge across here? Well, if they had, it would totally change the whole dynamic of the area, wouldn't it? So I'm pretty pleased they haven't, to be honest. But there is a little water taxi that you can ring in Exmouth, and you can get him to come and fetch you across. But we're not going to do that today. So there's the Pride of Exmouth, one of the Stuart Line Cruises boats, heading off on her latest trip. She might be going around the coast towards Budleigh Salterton, or she might just be doing a trip out to the mouth of the estuary and then swing back round and come back up the river, which sometimes she does as well. It's really a really fun trip. All their excursions are fabulous. So if you're ever down in South or East Devon, very highly recommended, and not too expensive either. You can see Exmouth Church there, centre screen. Normally a few birds of prey nesting up there. So here we are, right at the very tip of Dawlish Warren, looking across the mouth of the River Exe. There's the Pride of Exmouth boat still heading out, and you see how close we are. It's difficult to tell on these GoPros because the wide angle cameras, but we're really, what, about 200 yards from Exmouth here. And as I mentioned earlier, if you want to drive there, it's about 25 miles, probably a little bit more actually. It would take you a good hour to drive there on the way the roads are. There's the colourful buildings around Exmouth Marina. There is one of my videos on this channel, one of my very early videos from about 5-6 years ago, where we take the boat across from Starcross to Exmouth. So if you're a subscriber, check that out. One of the very first videos I ever did. And here is the River Exe on its way up towards Exeter. Lots of boats there, lots of birds. It's a lovely river actually. So now we're turning the point We're on the other side of the spit of Dawlish Warren, and this is no longer the sea, this is now the River Exe estuary. In the distance just on the right hand side there is Starcross, and in the summer you can get the little ferry boat from there across to Exmouth, which is a lovely journey. And here you get some of the boats moored up. Some of these are industrial boats used for mussels and that sort of thing. And occasionally, if you're very lucky, we'll get a seal hanging around here as well. Don't know if we'll see him today, but we'll keep our eyes open. I really love this little bit of Dawlish Warren because not many people bother to walk around here, and it's so peaceful. Apart from when I'm here, rabbiting away into a camera, of course. People out sailing in their little sailing boats. Very nice to sail around here. And you'll see here that's one of the little industrial boats. I think they're used for going out to the mussel beds or something like that. If anybody knows better, feel free to let me know. Looking up the River Exe. Train going up the other side, just on approach to Starcross. Another nice thing you can do, by the way, here you see Starcross in the distance, and normally in the summer months in the middle of the River Exe estuary is a big barge, and on that barge is a restaurant. It's called the River Exe Cafe, and you have to go to Exmouth and then you get the little boat across. You have to book it, of course, and then you can have a meal sitting on a barge in the middle of the River Exe. But it's very nice. It's not rough and ready, it's a la carte stuff. It's really, really nice. What a wonderful way to spend a Sunday, eh? So we're just going to walk along here a little further, and then I think that's as far as we're allowed to go nowadays. Until about 2 or 3 years ago you could cut left up here and cut back across the dunes across to the beach, but I think that path is still closed. Another little boat coming across, and the red and yellow boat you can just see in the distance there, that's the other Stuart Line cruise boat. I think it's called Tudor Rose, but obviously it's having a rest today. It's not needed today. This is where one of the paths used to go back up onto the Warren, but I think they're shut now. But little information board. So we walked all the way around here, right to the point. That's where you can see Exmouth from, and now we're just about here. Let's see if you can still get up here. Let's have a look. It looks like you can go so far, actually. Actually, there's no sign saying that the path's closed, so I might investigate this a little bit more. Interesting. Bird roost ahead. So I'm not going to walk any further along the beach this side, but I'm going to investigate that path across the Warren. Quite a nice boat just moored up over there. Very peaceful. This village of Cockwood over there. A couple of nice pubs. Well, one nice pub. One of them partially collapsed last year and hasn't been repaired yet. So peaceful. I seem to have lost Nina. Oh, there she is in the far distance. I better tell her I'm going to go up onto that path. So we'll start to walk back this way and investigate how far you can get on that path in the dunes. There's the Pride of Exmouth. So she did exactly as I said. She went out, did a swing round at the mouth of the estuary to show the people on board a little bit of the sea, and now she's heading upriver. So this will be one of the bird watching trips. It'll go probably all the way up to Topsham, which is just short of Exeter, and then it'll turn round there. It's a great trip. Some very impressive camera gear normally on these boats as well. So we've come up from the beach and we're onto the interior bit again. Now this has been shut for a while, for a few years actually, because they had some sort of landslip. But it looks like it might be open again now, but how far we can get I don't know. But hopefully we can get as far as a little pool, which is just a short distance in front of us, and there's a little bird hide there as well. Very peaceful here, it's lovely. Still walking along. Not quite sure if we're heading in the right direction, but there you've got the River Exe on our right and Exmouth behind us and the sea just over there, so we're heading in the right direction, I think. Haven't seen the bird hide, but I remember there was one around here somewhere. What a delightfully peaceful place, isn't it? Nobody around at all. So, going to head up here. I think we can probably drop back down onto the main beach up here. Nina's charged on ahead. Let's see what she finds. Can you see the sea? She can see the sea. It's looking promising. But there may be a long drop down. Let's have a look. Ooh. My goodness.
Unstable dunes.
But worth coming for the view.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah, but look at this. Just beautiful. I don't know if we can get down here or not. Let's go and investigate. I always think these walk videos are much more interesting when we get lost, which we do on quite a regular basis, to be honest with you. So, oh, I think there may be a way through here. Let's go and have a look. Another tempting little path, isn't it? Looking promising. And there's a sign. What does that say? Aha! Here we go. Looking good, guys. Right, let's do it. I think we're on the right path. This is where it used to be blocked off, but whether it's been opened legally or not, I'm not too sure. But anyway, the path ahead looks clear, so I think we're going to go for it. Another train on his way up to Exeter, and there in the distance is the Pride of Exmouth continuing her way up the river.
Another train coming down.
Crossover there, yeah, crossover just in front of Starcross and Cockwood. Yeah, it is looking promising. I'm glad this path's open again, because it's been shut for quite a while and it did restrict where you could go, and as you've seen on this video, it's so beautiful around here. And look at that beach. Hardly anybody around. Isn't that just gorgeous? You see? Dawlish Warren, beautiful, isn't it? So somebody's been a bit nervous about this path.
Oh, don't you dare.
Come on, you can do it.
No, stop filming.
Come on, prove to everybody what a brave person you are.
No, you'll see me fall over now, you said that.
That'd be great.
Woo.
Yay, there you are. It's only sand. Well done, you're nearly there. So here we are, back on the beach. You can see how helpful I am. I just laugh and then walk away. So we're back on the beach. Look at this, lovely stuff. So as long as you don't mind doing a little steep sandy path at the end, looks like the path across Dawlish Warren is now open again, which is great. She made it.
I got here without help.
Without help, but you know,
Note.
you have to learn yourself, really, don't you? You have to learn by your mistakes.
Cooking your own tea tonight.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? Mm. The sun's trying to come out. Nearly back at the resorty bit of Dawlish Warren. Looking back to the sun shining on Exmouth in the distance there. It always seems to be sunny in Exmouth, I've noticed that. Don't know why. Probably because it's south facing. The expanse of Dawlish Warren Beach. So let's just go down and have a wander through the shoppy bit, and then we'll wrap it up for today. Here's the pub, the Boathouse. They've got a very nice terrace actually on the far side overlooking the sea. Nice to sit there and have a drink on a nice day. And here you can get your hot dogs and your burgers and your drinks. And then there's two really big shops that sell all your designer stuff. Just have a very quick look inside one of them. There you are. Do some nice stuff in here actually. Here's the other one, the boardwalk, with all your designer gear. Quite a few people about here. Come to have a walk on the beach and then a look around the shops. Maybe lunch or a drinky at the pub here. And there's your go-kart track, and beside it, little fun fair. I thought it might have been open today actually, as it's between Christmas and New Year, but no, it's closed. I think maybe it may have been open over the weekend, and today is a Monday. And the red carriages you can see on the other side of the track, just up there, if you'd like to, you can stay in one of those on your holidays. It's the Brunel Holiday Park, old GWR railway carriages. And above that is the Pleasant Inn, the Mount Pleasant Inn. A very nice place to go for a drink and have some nice views as well. Here comes a train. On his way to Plymouth, cross-country Voyager, so he'll probably come down from the Midlands. Right, I think we're almost done. So there we are, peeps. Hope you enjoyed that. A little wander around Dawlish Warren, and hopefully you can see, yes, there is a lot more to Dawlish Warren than just Kiss Me Quick and ice cream and caravans. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you'll join me again for another trip very, very soon. Thank you.